What's up, YouTube? It's Chris with Murphy Firearms Training. Saw these two sitting next to each other on a shelf a few months ago and said, when I get the time and I get my new testing rig built, we're going to shoot these side by side and compare them. So on the left, I have Speer Gold Dot. This is a 230 grain Gold Dot hollow point, 45 ACP. And on the right, I have a Speer Gold Dot, 230 grain hollow point, Gold Dot hollow point for 45 ACP, but this is made for short barrels. Now, you guys know I love the 45 ACP. It is the gun that I carry the most often. I enjoy it a lot. I carry the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. It is a 3.3 inch barrel. The problem with the 45 ACP is almost everyone that carries it carries a 1911, or they carry a double stack full size. They're carrying a 4 1/4 to a 5 inch barrel, somewhere in that neighborhood. Well, I have a 3.3 inch barrel. And when all of your hollow points are made for a 5 inch barrel, things don't always work out so good. I carry Federal HST. Why? Because I know it will expand and I know it will work. But I love Gold Dots. I think they make great products. And so I want to see how this performs out of a 3.3 inch barrel and if this performs better. So we're going to shoot these through the chronograph, compare the results, and we're going to shoot them through water jugs and pine boards and one other test that I'm going to set up for you guys today. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's set up the chronograph. Guys, up first, I have got the standard Gold Dot hollow point 230 grain. Going to run 7 of these through the chronograph. Okay, 7 through the chronograph. As an aside, looking at these side by side outside of the box, they look identical, so you can't tell them apart. There's no marking difference. So if you take them out of the box and you mix them, you're going to get well, mixed results. Let's see what we get. 7 shots on target. Let's chrono these. 693, 748, 768, 676, 681, 663, 764, and we're locked open. All right, so now we're going to try the short barrel. Okay, so let's get those results and we'll put it all in the comments, the averages. Here we go. .705, 771, 791, 782, 777, we got an error, and let's do one more. 783. So those were just a hair faster, not a lot faster, but a hair faster. So we'll get those averages, we'll put them into the comments for you, and let's set up some penetration tests and see if we get any difference between these two. There's 10 water jugs set up. This is the Speer Gold Dot standard pressure. Standard pressure. We're hot. Fire in the hole. Clear. What have we got? Let's get the camera and take a look. All right. So here we see we've got 2 jugs on the ground. I'm going to guess that this is jug number 1. Solid entry and exit wound here. Let's change our zoom and get a little better view. Jug number 1, through and through, good shot. That's an acorn cap. I was about to say, is that the bullet? No. Jug number 2 is here. Entry, exit, Looks good. Looks like this bullet was curving. Jug number 3 is hit here. And it looks like it maybe exited. Or do we have a captured projectile in this jug? No, it did not. Hey, look, there it is on the testing rig. So we have standard pressure gold dot, 3.3 inch barrel. Isn't that a beauty? Well, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Penetrated 3 full jugs. And what I'm looking for my hollow point with this water jug test is it has got to at least get into the 3rd jug. This one went through 3 full jugs and actually poked a tiny little hole in the 4th there. If you look real close, you'll see it's leaking. So anyway, 3 full jugs. There is our standard. I'm going to set that to the side. We're going to set this back up and do the short-barreled test. All right, guys, we are set up with the Speer Gold Dot Short Barrel. Speer Gold Dot Short Barrel. Let's go back about 3 yards and give it a shot. We are hot. Here we go. That got me wet. Clear. We are clear. Wow. All right, so the standard gold dot did not get me wet. The short barrel gold dot got me wet. So anyway, let's see what we got here. I've got a jug here on the bench that is obliterated. Looks pretty rough there. Anyway, it's split wide open. Jug number 2 is up here under the bench, and it's hit pretty solid and split open. Exit wound would be here. Looks like anyway. Maybe that's the entrance and that's the exit. Number 3, entrance there. And maybe exit there. Maybe not. Do we have a bullet in our jug? It does not look like we have a bullet in our jug. So, did we go into jug 4? Or did we ricochet? Ha! That's hilarious. So I'm going to show you where this is at, guys. Our hollow point's over there on the table. So it penetrated 3 full jugs, hit right here just enough to cause a leak, and then bounced over here on the table. And I don't know about y'all, but that looks pretty good. So I'm going to get the 2 and compare them. So they do look different. That's interesting to me that they do look different once they're expanded. So this one looks like it's a different hollow point shape. If you come up over top, it looks like a different hollow point shape. But petals are peeled back about the same. All looks pretty good. That's pretty interesting. So anyway, that's kind of neat, kind of cool. I'm going to hang on to those. All right, guys, we're going to shoot the standard pressure on the right, the short barreled on the left. We're going to see how many pine boards this goes through. Standard pressure is first. We are loaded up. Here goes shot number 1 on the right. Ooh, that split the boards. Let's go back up and kick that first board in so that we got something to shoot here. I was going to shoot and then shoot again. Let's kick that board back in there. All right. Short barreled is on the left. Here we go. Ooh, nice. All right. We're clear. So obviously they both went through the first board. It's destroyed. Second board, 2 holes. Third board. Ooh. Third board. What have we got? We have a clogged gold dot hollow point. Huh. Wow. It hit the 3rd board. Let's get that up there for you. It hit the 3rd board and stopped that gold dot hollow point. The short barreled actually went through the 4th board and hit the 5th board and put a dent in it. Put a dent in it. And I'm going to bet it is somewhere out here in the mud and the muck. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go, guys. We've got our 2 slugs. We've got our standard pressure here that penetrated 3 boards, and we've got our short barrel that penetrated 4. And you can see both of these clogged with wood and penetrated 4 boards. So, you know, take that for what you will in terms of hard barrier penetration. But, you know, if someone's standing behind a barricade, like the barricades I use at my range are made with this exact same lumber, which is just decking lumber, right? It's technically 1 inch thick. It's a 1 inch thick lumber. And this will go through 3 or 4 of those. So, you know, if you're hiding behind one, I think it's pretty much still lethal. So anyway, standard pressure on the right, short barreled on the left. You can see both hollow points clogged. Neither one expanded, but this one did penetrate further. And I said earlier you couldn't tell these apart, but actually, after shooting them, if you look down in the hollow point cavity, it's hard to see on camera, but the standard pressure, if you look at it and you get the light just right, goes down to a point, okay? Goes down to a point. And the short barreled actually goes down to a big flat spot. And you can see that in the expanded hollow points. You can also see it in the actual, let me zoom in and see if that'll focus. So you see that nice big flat spot there. That's the short barreled. And then the standard pressure does not come to a flat spot, but it comes down to a point. It's like a cone shape to the hollow point. So anyway, thought I'd show you those differences. One last test to run. Let's set it up. All right, guys, so the last test we're going to run is a paper plate test. I'm going to shoot the standard pressure first and the short barreled second. I've always told people paper is such a good stopper. So we're going to zoom into these a little bit. Actually going to zoom in a little bit more. Get you a good view here. I am going to put the standard pressure on the right, and I'm going to put the short barreled on the left. So here we go. And short barreled on the left. All right. We are clear. Let's see what we got here. There we go. All right. So this was our first one. Right, left. 100 plates. Done. Okay. Right, left. 200 plates. Done. And what do we see here? 2 slugs. 2 very warm, very deformed slugs. These things are going to clog with paper. They're not going to expand, apparently. And they blew through 200 and some odd plates. I'm not going to tear these apart and count them. But 200 whole plates, and then part of a third stack, so I'll say probably close to 250 plates. Y'all, paper is a really good bullet stopper. I mean, you don't realize it. You hide behind a bookcase. I mean, that's paper plates. And a textbook is actually better than a paper plate at stopping bullets. But anyway, so there we go. Nice, ugly, deformed bullets. And we're going to say about 250 paper plates. It's what a 45 ACP will go through. Those look to be about the same. They're both laying there on the front of that third package. So that's what we got. So anyway, so that's your comparison, folks. Out of a 3.3 inch barrel, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see much difference. There was a little 1 extra pine board barrier penetration for the short barreled, but it costs more money. And of course your life is priceless. And so if you think it's a better ammo, it might be worth the extra money to you. But same amount of penetration on the paper, 3 versus 4 boards, both penetrated 3 full jugs of water. Chronograph readings of short barreled was just a little faster, but they both expanded. Will the short barrel expand better in heavy clothing? I don't know. I didn't run that test. So anyway, that's what we got for you guys. Please like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it.